Hello everybody, this is Image, and we're going to be continuing with set 3 of Samson Khan vs CJ Entus, played in the Pro League on the 7th of June. This is going to be a Terran vs Terran matchup between Firebathero and Iris, and I'm pretty excited about this one because these are both players with distinctive styles. Iris, for his part, he's also known as Berserker, and there's a reason for that. He's a very aggressive player, and he's a very solid attacking player. Firebathero, who is on the left there and representing Samson Khan, I think it's less about his in-game style so much as his attitude and his general bearing after the games are over, where we see all sorts of ridiculous ceremonies and dances, and basically I appreciate that because it's a lot more charismatic than some of the flat, dry, sort of perhaps overly polite bearing that we see from a lot of Korean players. So Firebathero is a character, and that's sort of his style, but he's a pretty solid player too, and good in Terran versus Terran. 2-1-0. Alright, we're off, and the map for this matchup is Destination. We have Firebathero in teal, and Iris in blue. And okay, apparently the observers have changed the colors to ones that will stick out a bit better on the minimap for our viewing. So that's Firebathero in yellow and Iris in red. Firebathero is at the top position, Iris at the bottom, so 11 and 5 for those players. We're playing on Destination, which is a pretty interesting map. It favors Terran in matchups against other races, because they can hold and push across the bridges more easily than other races. But in Terran versus Terran play, the map takes on kind of a whole new dynamic. It becomes a map where you get to see a lot of tactical play, where map positioning is very important because of these bridges, which is always really interesting to watch. And as well, there are a couple of opening options that are a bit less common for Terrans, and Firebathero is sending an SCV out while his depot is building, which is a bit early for a scout, or perhaps that depot had just finished, but where is he going with that? He's not scouting, he's heading up alongside this edge of the map, so he's going to be planting a forward barracks, and whether he's going to use that as a proxy to level some marine pressure is an interesting question. He might also just use that to float into Iris's base for a quick scout. I think he's building it far enough away that we're not going to see any Boxer-esque barracks lifts into the base, though that would have been really cool. And that's going to be the first divergence in the opening. But that's not necessarily going to be the most major one in terms of opening variations. For example, Destination is a map that lends itself really well to mass vulture play because of the numerous routes around the map. So that's one that we'll see pretty commonly. And if Firebathero decides to opt for it, which he might, I think he is plenty proficient at it, and it might benefit him. He played a very good game against Flash on this map, where they both went mass vultures. So as the factories are going up, that is going to be something to keep in mind as Iris is getting his scout in, and so too is Firebathero. Another important question is going to be who's going to look to expand first, and the way we would be telling that is seeing who's got how many SCVs on gas, and Iris has 1, so that leads me to think that he's going to be going for an early expansion, and Firebathero, I believe, will have spotted that, but now Iris has gone up to 3 on gas again, so that might have been a bit of a head fake. Firebathero, though, continuing with 1 SCV on gas, so let's see. And those SCVs of Iris's are staying on the gas, so it looks like Firebathero is going to have 2 more SCVs mining minerals, and he'll be able to plant his command center a bit faster. I think that no, that was that was not Iris's SCV. That was Firebathero's apparently. So Iris getting down his command center, and it's not all that far behind Firebathero's. It's a little bit behind, and it's going to land a bit later because it's going to have to float over to its new position, but I don't think that's going to have any huge bearing on the outcome of the game. That's a really infinitesimal advantage for Firebathero, who is looking like he's going to try to micro that vulture up the ramp, but no such luck there. Second factory now going down for Firebathero. Still just one for Iris, but I think he'll be following up with a second pretty soon. And there's that. So the units on the ground, their numbers are going to be relatively even, and Firebathero's command center's up, and the SCVs are transferred pretty efficiently there. So yeah, and Iris is now floating his, so he's not going to be very far behind economically at all. However, Iris seems to be walking into some trouble with that first tank of his, and the chase is on. I think that's some nice vulture micro by Firebathero, just getting into that tank's path to slow it down for long enough for that that tank of his to kill that first tank of Iris's, and that sucks for Iris. You don't want to lose your early game units doing nothing. See, Firebathero's got his machine shop spinning, Iris does not, and Iris is a bit slow with his SCV transfer there. I think that command center of his landed about 20 seconds ago, so he's lost some mining time there. So it's another small advantage being accrued by Firebathero there.